And the very last one I'm gonna do of this series is gonna be, I'm gonna be doing number 20. Okay, it has tangent on it, and I think it's gonna be this one. It's not gonna be that hard. Okay, so let's write it in here, so we have enough space. So we have -4 minus 6 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4 equals -8 minus 2 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4. So one of the things I observe here right away that is going to make this equation much easier is that actually, even though I have tangents in both sides, the argument that these tangents have, it's actually the same. If you can see, what it's inside of the parentheses, it's the same thing, which is very important, because otherwise this equation would be much more difficult. So just as a reminder, guys, just as a reminder, and I will take another color here, just as a reminder so you guys know, you understand. So it's important to know that sine of x plus sine of x, okay, how much is that? One house plus one house, right? One boyfriend plus one boyfriend, one cat plus one cat. It doesn't matter what you're adding. When you're adding things that are exactly the same thing, I'm gonna have two of the same kind, whatever it is. Okay, great. So if we know that, we should understand also that if I have sine of 2x plus sine of 2x, this is again the same thing. So one track plus one track is going to be two tracks. Doesn't matter what you're adding. Okay, so here we have -6 of something, and here we have -2 of something, but they're the same thing, and that's the big point that you have to remember. Okay, so after knowing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the numbers in one side, the tangents on the other. Okay, so I'm going to move this -8 to the other side. And again, if this -8, it's negative in this side, it's going to become positive on the other side. While this -6 tangent, if we move it to the other side, that's going to be +6 tangent. So again, and I'm going to do that in just one step, so you understand that we can do more than one step at once. I'm going to do +8 both sides, right? And I'm going to do +6 tangent of theta over 4. Oh my God, you didn't see it, I'm sorry. +6 tangent theta over 4 plus pi over 4. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So if I do both things at the same time, again, this -8 is going to move to the other side as positive, and all this is going to move to the other side also positive. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have -4 plus 8 in one side, this side, and then on the other side I'm going to have -2 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4 plus 6 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4. Great. Now -4 plus 8 is going to be 4, +4, and this, when I subtract -2 of something plus 6 of something, I'm going to have 4 of something, right? 4 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4. Great. So that's look at this. We have simplified this equation so fast. Now we're gonna divide over 4 both sides, and I'm gonna have 1 in this side, 4 over 4, right? 1 tangent of theta over 4 plus pi over 4. Great. So that's, I mean, that was much easier, right? That was way easier. When is the tangent equal to 1? Well, this happens, the tangent, if you remember, guys, the unit circle, maybe we can also use, let's see if we can, yeah, if we think about the unit circle, let's see if we can see this in the unit circle. When is the sine and the cosine? When do they have the same value, right? If I just keep moving this, when is the blue line and the green line? When are they going to be equal? The blue line and the green line. When? Well, if we keep moving, right, it's pretty obvious that they're going to be equal at 45 degrees. So at 45 degrees, they're going to be equal. So look, the tangent is going to be 1 at 45 degrees because the cosine and the sine are equal. Okay, and we know that because, and that's an identity that you have to know, that the tangent of x equals the sine of x over the cosine of x. Okay, because we know this, the tangent is sine of x over cosine of x. This is gonna be 1 when sine of x is equal to cosine of x, and that's when it's happening. And this is gonna repeat for, not here because here it's gonna be -1 because the cosine is negative. So at 135, oh my god, oh, it's -1, the tangent. If I go down to 225, it's gonna be again 1 because a negative over a negative, it's a positive. Okay, so well, as here we have pi over 4, they're asking this to solve this equation in radians, right? Because they're using radians. So let me see. Then if this is in radians, we're talking about pi over 4 in here and 5 pi over 4 in here, right? These are the two angles we're talking about, 45 and 225. So we have pi over 4. That's one answer. Oh, before that, guys, let's do it right. We have to do arctangent, right? Let's do it right. Arctangent, both sides. And then what we're going to write is arctangent of 1 equals theta over 4 plus pi over 4. Okay? And now it's when we use the unit circle for this, right? And we know that it's 1 for pi over 4 and for 5 pi over 4. Great. And now, as we did before, we have to make this equal to this equal to this, right? So we have two set of equations. So one, that it's gonna be, we're gonna write a 1 here so we know that this is the first one. So we're gonna have theta over 4 plus pi over 4 equals pi. Wait. We missed something important here. The tangent, as we talked before in a previous video, the tangent repeats every pi. I hope you remember this. Tangent, let's do it here. So we have tangent of x, right? And again, the tangent repeats. We should change this. We should change this to pi. So you guys say it in pi. Yeah. So again, the tangent repeats every pi. Every pi we have the same exact shape for the tangent. Okay. So it repeats every pi. So we're gonna have here times pi n. sorry, plus, oh my God, plus pi n plus pi n. So now we have all solutions, okay? We have to add again, as we have an answer every pi, right? Pi times n. So this is, again, 4 pi, we're finishing this equation here, plus pi times n, okay? So we're trying to solve for theta. I can see here that the best thing to do, if we want to solve for theta, well, here we have 4 pi, 4 pi. So if we add both sides, there's many ways to do this, right? So I keep on thinking, sorry, subtract negative pi over 4 both sides. Here we go, subtract negative. So this is going to go away. So we have now theta over 4 equals pi times n. Then we multiply 4 both sides. Multiply 4 both sides. And we have 4 pi times n. Okay? That's what we have. That's for the first one. For the second one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do theta over 4 plus pi over 4 equals 5 pi over 4 plus pi times n, right? And now what we do is just, which it was what I was going to do for the last one, but I figured out there was an easier way to do it. What I was going to do is multiply everything times 4. So if we multiply this times 4, this times 4, this times 4, and this times 4, so many things are going to cancel out, right? So that's going to be easy. So we have theta equals pi, sorry, theta plus pi equals 5 pi plus 4 pi times n, right? And then the last thing is just subtract pi both sides. Subtract pi both sides, and what we have left is theta equals 5 pi minus pi plus 4 pi times n, right? This is 4 pi, right? And guys, as this is 4 pi, yeah, we don't have to actually write both solutions, because it's actually look, that was stupid, because actually between here and here we actually have already pi, right? This is already half of a circle, so that means that we're getting the same answer for this and this, because we're getting 4 pi plus 4 pi times n, which, yeah, we only need one for the tangent. So because this is actually, if we add 4 pi to 4 pi, there's going to be 8 pi, right? So we already have all solutions in here. We don't need this. So that's enough, okay? So this is the solution. So theta equals 4 pi times n. So that means that we're going to have first solution at 0, right? 0, 4 pi, 8 pi, 12 pi, right? It's going to keep going. And also on the negatives, negative 4 pi, negative 8 pi, and like this. So let's see if that's right or not. Let's try to graph it. Let's try to graph it here. So we have tangent. It was tangent of theta over 4 plus, come on, it's not working very well, as you can see, plus pi over 4. That's in one side. That's what we have in one side. On the other side, we have 1. Y equals 1. So let's see if that's what we get. We have one answer at 0. right? Which where the tangent is 1. And then at 4 pi, the tangent is still 1. And at 8 pi, the tangent is still 1. And if we go to the other side, negative 4 pi, negative 8 pi, right? So it is working, okay? Have a great day. Bye.